Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back on my out and about adventure of 0.76, the newest of the stable builds. And I made it back to my to my base here, my outpost, where I'm just making mint off this carbite and celestite find I have. And as I'm kind of just watching the money roll in, I'd like to welcome you and thank you for joining me. And I hope you're having a good one, because it's been so far pretty productive. As you can see, I've been starting to make a little money back from my last couple endeavors. The rebuying of said tech. And, well, we just rebuilt last time. So yeah, we're all about saving up some money now. Because you never know, we might actually have a use for it again. If we get blown up again. Hopefully that is not the case though. So yeah, I'm just trying to clean up this mess. I come back a little earlier than last time, so it's not quite as bad. So it shouldn't take too long to get her all tidied up. Made it look pretty over in here again. At least I'm hoping. Hey, that first one, holy. That was quite the mess. I'm kind of wondering what the other spot's going to be looking like when I get back. So, it could be interesting. I really like the looks of that, just pumping along, working away, blocks flying in, money being made. Oh, you just can't go wrong with it. Another thing you can't go wrong with either, is a subscription. Yeah. And if you haven't already, try that, and also ding the bell. That's a good one. Just like using this and the build beam to pick up stuff while you're moving around. It's kind of a neat way of cleaning up, I think. While we're kind of at here, we're just getting things cleaned up and tidied up. I would like to also remind you about the Saturday Showcase, where your cool and original techs could have a video of their very own. And all you have to do is find my link down in the description for the Saturday Showcase auditions. Follow it to the thread that it'll take you to. Post your in-game snapshots or save games to that thread, and I'll take it from little punk. Well, I don't know. Might get big guy in. But yeah, post your in-game snapshots or save games there, and I'll make the best dang video out of my can. Oh, that was almost overkill. But yeah, the showcase has been a pretty good way for sharing ideas, having fun, inspiring ideas for others, or being inspired by others, It's worked for me. I've had a couple pretty good ideas, I think, that have come from other people's designs. And you know what? It's been a learning experience even. I enjoy it. Hopefully all you guys do too, and if you're interested, it's down in there, in the description. While you're down there, you could also hit that like button, because I'm hoping you're liking it already. And, comments. Either way, if you like them and if you don't, let me hear it. Constructive criticisms are welcome. But just be gentle. Yeah, I am still learning, trying to get things better and figured out more and organized, and maybe even come up with some kind of a schedule at some point. Nothing ever seems to go the way I plan, so that's why I never plan on a schedule. But anyway, we're going to kind of jockey this guy around here. We'll get a couple more of these chunks picked up and worked on. Yeah, get over in there. There. Okay, need a little bit of a better idea for this, I think. Because it's all fine and dandy having it just pump them out, having separate units, and this and that. But what if I want to go and there's only one spot, one resource scene there, and I just want to drop something and run. Go on to the next spot. Well, I'm going to try and just cure that little problem here. Build this thing up, and hopefully it'll be able to mine the ore, pick up the ore, refine the ore, and then fabricate the ore into a treasure block. That's my goal for this one. Now, I'm not going to really worry too much about guns and defenses on this. I'm going to have this kind of set up as just the resource handling part of an outpost. And then from there, I'll have I'm going to have to make up some turrets at some point that I can quickly deploy around something like this. But as always, I take a few ideas and I try and implement them, and see what sticks. And I can just imagine that there could be revisions and updates and upgrades and little adjustments being made. So, I don't want to get too extreme on this because I'm hoping this tech will be upgraded to a point where it's going to be nice to use for a long, long time. Maybe even when the crafting system is fully functional the way I think they want it and the way I'm hoping they do, where, one component factory would be able to be completely automated to manufacture and fabricate even the most difficult blocks in the game. So it's a little ways off, I think, but by the time it gets there, it would be neat to have just a simple unit like this that you could throw down anywhere and it would work for anything. Now, I'm not going to add in a component factory or nothing. That would make this a little bigger, but I still think it could be fairly small if the system crafting worked the way I'm hoping. And I think the devs are hoping for it to end up something like that too, have it as the challenge to be in the building of the tech, not the crafting of each part. You don't want to have to manually set everything to craft, and you shouldn't need like 6 to 8 component factories just to pull it off automatically without your attention. So that's usually what I do right now. I just put 6 or 8 of them on there, max them right out with all the dongles they can dongle. That's a fun thing that they can handle, and then I just let them work. It works just about on everything. I haven't had any fails on it yet. So it's not the easiest, it's not the most cost effective, but it is efficient to a point that it works and you don't have to babysit it. But as you can see here, I'm still fine-tuning my little design here, trying to get what options figured in that I need. Some that may just be nice and maybe could be passed by for now. But so far, this is kind of looking about a good size. I don't want to make it too big, but I also don't want it to be limited on what it can do. Like, the limitations, I guess, will be defense. Won't be able to defend myself. I'm going to be a little underarmed. But if I do it just right, and I get enough batteries, and I think ahead, I can have this be able to charge other techs that can defend me. So that's probably what I'm going to hope for on that one. I'm just going to try and get as much battery power and performance into this little package as I can, and we'll hope for the best. Now, oh, it's flipping around. It's holding on to, oh, it dropped it. Oh, I was going to hang right onto that auto miner. Oh, that was going to be pretty neat. There. Now, let's see if we can get this thing to anchor back down and start working again. That's the main thing. If I can just drop it, build beam it, or drive it, or whatever I have to in place, then the anchor, and well, that seems to work. Right on. So I'm thinking of putting maybe some wheels on this thing too at some point. Like now. So it can actually drive itself around. Maybe it'll help for like a quick escape if it gets attacked and it's overwhelmed, or maybe I just end up driving around in one of these, just mining away. Fine adjustments and such. Because driving would be a little faster than the build beam if you had to move a little too far, Yeah, I think that'll work out kind of nice. Now it's just a matter of cramming in all that nice stuff I was talking about. Alright, that squeezes in there quite nicely. I was kind of thinking of maybe wrapping this thing in armor, which probably would be a really good idea, seeing as I am sticking a bunch of batteries in there. But I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, this is supposed to be the sensitive part of an outpost. Needs to be babied a little bit. Protected, if you will. But it can't hurt to see what it would look like. So I usually like to explore the idea before I completely dismiss them. Sometimes it takes a bit, sometimes it's a few parts to add, and then it's like, no, that's not going to look good. But I do like the idea of having this armored. And I also like the idea of it needing to be protected. So it brings in more of a team role that it needs to be filled while playing. You can't just have one big tech that does everything. Well, you can, but the way I'm trying to play is I wouldn't have that. I would actually make purpose-built techs for individual jobs, and they could go out and do their thing, and by the time AI gets fixed and everything, the crafting system gets fixed, and I'll have a nice assortment of techs that I can just drop into my game as I earn the money or the parts and whatnot, and I can have it all figured out, or even if I have to rebuild them each time. Because sometimes I try and figure them out so they're even an easy rebuild, if I can, to bring them in. Because since we can't buy techs anymore, which kind of sucks, still hoping they change that back. I've asked about it, there's people who don't like the idea. I got a feeling they're not going to bring it back, but I can still ask, or I did ask, so now it's just up to the hoping. Because between a couple of us players that were discussing it, I think the idea of being revised as a bonus for maxing out the licenses would be an awesome thing. So it'd be like grade 5 maxed out, or just maxed out on all licenses, and then you can buy techs again. And it would also give us a reason to have money, because with the stores being so limited now, it's not really that worthwhile to even consider them as an option for getting blocks that you need as important, because it's just all by chance. So I don't know, I think we should be able to have some kind of a use for the money, except for just buying techs after we've been blown up. We used to have got lots of uses for the monies. Now they've been taken away for crafting to be more important. But I think that'd be a great bonus for the end game maxed out license stage of this of a playthrough, would be to get the prize of tech buying ability. Hopefully, like, I revised the suggestion and all that, you know, so hopefully the developers read that thread and take it under advisement, and maybe we'll get that feature put back, or maybe they'll do something completely different, who knows. One of those things we gotta kind of wait and see. Kind of like this, I added the armor, getting her built in, kind of looking at it. It's looking a little bit like an egg, which is alright, because eggs are very, very strong. So that gives me a little hope that way. But I'm kind of thinking it's not going to be that effective, because look at all the parts that would be needed to be able to drop another one of these. That's quite a bit. Like, just the armor blocks alone, since I haven't really been getting a lot of them, would be tough to get. I'd have to do a bunch of crafting just so I could have a decent selection of these. Because I've been finding a lot of little groupings of like 4 and 5 seams right tight together. So I kind of want to be able to have 4 or 5 of these available to draw. So I might have to just, I don't know. I'm going to still kind of play with the idea, but I think I'm probably going to lose the armor. It's not, I don't know, I don't think it's going to be as good to have, because it makes it so hard to get them into the game. But it's kind of a neat little unit, though. Maybe I'll keep that as like an advanced unit for that or something. You see, it still drives fairly good. It's just the armor's so low to the ground, I think it's going to get caught and drag. And then when it yeah, because it'll have to drive back up onto that other part. where the seam is, and those mess with the small wheels and that. So yeah, it might not be that great having armor on this. Let's see what she does. Well, she's tricky, but the back wheels got her on there, so it will work. So yeah, maybe I'll save this one as an advanced model. But I probably should tone her down with the armor just so it's easier to get into the game. Looks like it's working fairly good though. Get that out of there. Misplaced blocks. But yeah, we'll make a more effective version. We'll worry about decking it all out to the nines and all that later. At some other point. And yeah, maybe not this playthrough, but maybe at some point we'll take her to the R&D and fart with it for a while. And or creative mode. I haven't been in there for a while. I got playing in my creative save, trying to get it all filled in and all the blocks that I was missing. I think I still got 2 more I gotta find or something. So there's still a little bit going on with that. Yeah, that's not very efficient. I think we'll see about putting one of them in there. Much better, I do believe. More gooder, too. Yeah, I like that a little better, actually. Eggs are cool and all, they're frickin' tasty, but still, I don't know how efficient they are at handling resources. Things could just end up getting caught all over the place, too, so this should work out a lot better. But I think right around in here, I'm going to probably call this one. I'm still kind of fine-tuning it. Those elbows being the hard part to get more of. Swap them out. But as always, you know, I hope you did enjoy what you just saw. And if you did, please throw the like down below. Some comments to boot. Even if you just want to say hello, you know, it'd be pretty awesome to hear from you. You know, subscriptions, ding to the bell, all that kind of stuff. All the feedback and the support, the help, and all that awesome that only you guys can bring to a channel. That's what has made my YouTube experience so much better than I ever thought it could be. And I do thank you for it. I do appreciate it, and I will never stop. So until next time, everybody, keep being the awesome. Keep having a good one. Bye.